Imagine walking through the halls of one of the world's most influential tech giants. Facebook, beyond the platform you scroll through every day. Behind those slick updates and viral videos lies a fascinating world of secret projects. These are ideas and inventions that push the boundaries of what's possible, yet remain tucked well away from the public eye. Today, I am taking you inside that hidden realm to share some of the untold stories behind Facebook's most ambitious ventures. Why does this matter? Because these projects aren't just about technology. They shape how we connect, communicate, and even imagine the future itself. Let's start with the early days. Long before Meta, before the big shift to the metaverse, Facebook was quietly exploring ways to reimagine human interaction beyond just text and images. One of the lesser-known projects was a system dubbed Building 8. It was Facebook's moonshot lab created to tackle some of the trickiest problems at the intersection of hardware and social connection. Building 8 wasn't your typical R&D lab. Think of it as a cross between a startup incubator and a secret government research facility. Inside, teams worked on everything from creating brain-computer interfaces that could potentially read your thoughts, to inventing advanced cameras capable of capturing 3D spaces so realistic you'd forget you're not physically there. One story from this era really stands out. During the lab's peak, a small group of engineers set out to develop a device that would let users type words straight from their brainwaves. No voice, no keyboard, just thoughts transformed directly into text. The ultimate goal, to one day help millions of people with communication disabilities connect with the world effortlessly. Now, this sounds straight out of science fiction, but the team actually made real progress. They even demonstrated a prototype that could translate neural signals into simple sentences. Of course, the technical challenges were enormous, and the project was quietly shut down before it ever saw a public launch. But the work they did planted seeds that continue to influence research on brain-computer interfaces today. It was a bold attempt that reminds us how far these companies are willing to go to chase a revolutionary idea, even if it doesn't immediately pay off. Meanwhile, another secret experiment was quietly underway. Facebook Reality Labs. This division was focused on virtual and augmented reality long before Oculus became a household name. What's truly remarkable is the vision behind it. They weren't just trying to build new hardware. They wanted to build entirely new ways for people to be present with one another regardless of physical distance. Inside Reality Labs, teams obsessed over the idea of presence, that uncanny, almost magical feeling of truly being somewhere else. Rather than just putting on a headset and seeing a 3D world, they wanted to recreate the subtle human cues that make interaction feel real. The way our eyes make contact, the slight tilt of a head, or even the way someone shifts their weight when listening. These details might sound small, but they are what make virtual encounters feel genuine and human. Mimicking this level of nuance is incredibly difficult, and they ran into countless hurdles along the way. But here is the interesting part. Even though some of these explorations never reached the public in a polished final form, they surfaced in other ways. They appeared in glimpses, like the way your VR avatar now naturally tracks your eye movements, or how your digital gestures feel more lifelike. Many of the features we now take for granted in VR are the echoes of those early, secret studies. Then there's the story of Facebook's massive investment in connectivity itself projects aimed at bringing the internet to places where it was scarce or non-existent. You might have heard of some of these, like Aquila, the gigantic solar-powered drone designed to beam internet signals down from the sky. While not all of these ambitious efforts panned out as planned, the vision was clear: to build digital bridges across the global divide. What's often missed in the headlines about these projects is the intense mix of hope and challenge that fueled them. On paper, the idea of connecting the entire world sounds wonderful and straightforward, but the reality involves navigating treacherous political, technical, and ethical minefields at every single step. It's a messy, complicated process, and behind all of these secret projects are human stories. Stories of the people behind the scenes who wrestled with doubts and failures, who stayed up late brainstorming wildly futuristic ideas, and who genuinely believed they could change the world, one experiment at a time. It's a reminder that even at the biggest companies, progress is driven by passionate individuals. So, what can we take away from this peek behind the curtain? Facebook's secret projects remind us that real innovation often happens in the shadows. Far from the glare of public expectation and quarterly earnings reports. Not every idea gets the spotlight, and not every project succeeds. But many of them quietly shape the technology we use every single day in ways we might not even realize. And sometimes these hidden experiments give us a glimpse of the future before we even know we're ready for it. In the end, the story of Facebook's secret projects is a story of curiosity, ambition, and the messy, fascinating pursuit of progress complete, with all its triumphs and its setbacks. And maybe, in their most hopeful moments, these projects are about something deeply human. Our fundamental desire to connect, to understand one another, and to break new ground, no matter the odds. Thanks for joining me on this journey inside the untold stories of one of tech's biggest players. If you enjoyed this glimpse behind the scenes, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around. There's a whole world of hidden stories just waiting to be uncovered.